Hi, it's the 5th of October. I'm going to change the calendar here. Let's see. Pretty sure it's the 5th. Alright, let's look at the phone and see if it's the 5th. Okay, let's see, like this. Okay, see, it's the 5th. Saturday, the 5th of October. October 5th. There you go, see? Alright, so that's that. Okay. And the time, let's see what time it is. It's 3:06 a.m. It's me. Hi, I'm back. I'm back. Now, I'm just sitting here thinking that I'm going to be going into my club, my community group, and I'm going to be serving by laying out all the table mats, the napkins, forks, knives, spoons, table numbers. I'm going to get all that done. Then that's going to be from 6 a.m. to about 7 a.m. Then I'm going to rush like a maniac over to the ribs joint and help my neighbor, Robin, with his project, which is he's selling all the pop art, the advertising art from his place. Then I'm going to quickly change wardrobes and dress up in a fancy smancy outfit and go to a large stadium in California and be an usher. And I'll be an usher until, 8 or 9 o'clock at night. And that means I'll be talking to thousands of people. Literally, I think a few thousand people, and in my tunnel, and I say, "Hi, Bob." Say, "Hi, Bob." "Hi, Bob." And so it's fun job. Then I'll have to get up at 5:30 again, or 5:20. and see what the alarm says here. I set the alarm up, so take a look and see. Alright, so here I'll look. Alright, here you go. Alright, I've unlocked it. Okay, here we go. The alarm. Here we go, alarm. Okay, 5:09. So I have to get up at 5:09. And right now it's 3:09. So I got 2 hours left to sleep. Alright, and people wonder, why do you have two phones? So that's why. I know I'm living in my car and down by the railroad tracks with old Chris Farley. Oh, yeah, you don't want to be like me. Down the railroad tracks, living in a van. Now, here I am. I used to laugh at that and think, well, that's just silly. Here I am, right? I'm in an old van down by the railroad tracks. All the stuff's come out, all the stuffing's off, all this plastic's almost gone. I put Velcro on to take the place. The other thing, which worked out nicely. Here's my deal for the game. And I got a light. I got that famous little lamp now. It's really a cool little lamp, because look, I can just adjust it. It's just like having a table lamp. It's really cool. I probably could put a nice shade on it and make it look, just drop a little shade on there, make it look really cool. When I had more time, I would have like little LED lights around. That was really cool. I can still do it, but I'm so tired. I'm working too much. But I got a check over there. I got a check over there, and the check's made out to me. And that I got a bunch of money, and guess what? Bunch of money. Watch. It's gone. Every penny is gone. Big money. Gone. How can that be, Bob? You got to be more responsible. You got to, I have one doctor that needs $900. My Visa card is $1,014 or $1,040. Right there. I've got, everybody wants something. Go buy this, go buy that, go get this, go do that, do this, do that. So I take care of people. That's what I do. That's my job. And I think what I wanted to tell you today was that if people knew, I can't wait when I'm all done with this. I'm back in my house. I'm sleeping in my bed, holding on to my wife. And, I got my babies crying, and I've got, the issues of living in a family. I'm back facing those issues, because right now, look, if I want air, I just hit the button right here, like this. And I got nice cold air. I mean, it's freezing. It's like, I'm gonna turn that off. Everything is, now the clock, by the way, you notice this clock, it's not reading the right time. And it's really kind of stuck, see? The battery needs to be replaced, but I'm just too busy to, just like, this whole living as a homeless man is wearing me down. And it's wearing my friends down. I have friends that have helped me with my daughter during this government crisis. And I put the quote marks up. This governmental crisis. And I got friends that just drop off like flies. I mean, people can't stand, they can't stand for more than a few minutes. And they're just like, I'm out, I'm done. It's just too much. One of my best friends in the whole world, Mrs. P, she's a godsend. She's a literal godsend. And if you're watching Miss P, wow. Talk about being a Christian person. Miss P is not necessarily a faith-filled believer. She's not going down to the Pentecostal tabernacle of fire on the corner and in the name of Jesus. She's not doing that. She's just a good person. And her goodness is touching my life because I can go to her house, get a shower, wash clothes, get a bowl of ice cream, park in her driveway, and, I can have a safe place to be. Notice that I'm covered here in layers and layers and layers of, of curtains. And there's no looking in here. I'm very, very, very secure. And if you look in from outside, it just looks like, limo tent windows. Then I got the aluminum foil here. Front windshield. So, it looks like, oh, the guy just got his, sun shield up. People tell me my car is too unusual. I should, but I like art. I like my lifesavers, and I like all my decorations. And I just think, well, I'm parked here in my club parking lot right now, and I walk in and nobody realizes that I'm living in a van down by the railroad tracks. Nobody realizes that when I go, the guy I'm working for in the middle of my day, I asked if I could stay in the back of his lot. He said, of course. He doesn't know that I live in my van down by the railroad tracks. Anytime there's sounds outside, I'm just like, I told you a few nights ago that there was lights that were coming in, just like weird lights from weird directions. Because when I turn all this off, I'll show you. You see? Look around, see? Oh, let's see, let me turn this off. Turn that big bright light off. See, look. This is what you see. This is the inside of the van. You can see a little bit of glowing light, a little bit of reflection. But really, it's pitch black in here. And there's no looking anything around here. So I feel very safe, but at the same time, I'm very vulnerable because I'm just sitting in my car and I wonder about what could happen. And, you know, it's always the proverbial knocking on the window with the flashlight and, yeah, what if law enforcement would come by? And well, I'm on private property now, so I don't think they could really say too much, but it's still frightening. Even though I realized in my mind, I'm on private property, I'm good with the exalted rulers of the property, and everything's good. If I were to go stay over at my the ribs joint, that guy owns the property, I could stay there, it wouldn't be a problem. The thing is this, is that I burned out on really, really dear friends. You know, my brother Tim, I mean, you know, he just cursed me out and threw me to the curb. You know, he was, I'm done. That's my brother Tim, and he's been with me for 30 years. You know, he's been through with me with thick and thin and divorces and government bull, and I mean, he's been there. And he's like, I'm out. I am out. I can't. I'm not taking this anymore. This abuse is just F you, you know. He was just out. And had his brother talk to him. And, oh, yeah, you know, I don't hear from him as much as I used to. He just kind of covered, you know, nicely done. There, big guy. So, but I understand it. Another friend of mine, you're a toxic person. I'm not toxic. You know, I'm really not toxic. It's really like a basic problem, you know, of mine not fighting. And now I am fighting. And my wife, my current wife, is, she's a fighter. And our daughter, Bethany Rose, she's an angel. I was just at the Pine Burger, and I took a picture with our monitor, one of my dearest friends, who out of the blue, came out, and he was with us, and I had a picture of my firstborn daughter, and I held it up on the phone. It was from the Facebook, and I had a picture of her and my daughter and me, and it was like, wow, you know, the young person. Now I look at myself, I'm thinking, yeah, we look like eerily similar. And it's funny because she's denied me all these years, and she's given me the finger and been running like a scared rat. I mean, it's just like, are you kidding me? So I'm going to be sending you, talking to her right now like she's watching this. I'm going to be sending you the big book that shows how I really was as a father to you as a 5-year-old. I haven't seen you since you're 5 years old. You know, I saw you once, 10 years ago, but that's, you know, you were just there to regurgitate the false narrative that you've been fed. And, well, nobody fed me nothing. I remember. Yeah, right. It's just insane, the things that you, quote, remember. And if you'd acknowledge science and say, you know what, false memory is possible. And your father, and it's me, if I was that kind of a person, there wouldn't be an isolated incident. There wouldn't be some, no, it didn't happen. It did not happen. No way. I was way too scared. I was way too, you know, couldn't do it. Man, it's disgusting. It's repulsive. It's ridiculous. Might say, well, no, that's men, you know. Sure, men can think a lot of things in their heads, but it's what they do with their bodies and their actions. And if you've never been to the nudie bar, you've never been to the massage parlor, you've never been to the strip club, you've never been to prostitutes, you've never done these things, then what's up with that? I mean, you know, and I think that people have to take a look at your life, your actual life, what you actually have made choices about. You know, how many felonies do you have? How about 0? How many misdemeanors have you ever made? I've been convicted of 1 misdemeanor, and that was dismissed. And because they just saw, hey, the old man's done the right thing. You know, he's he made a mistake, and my mistake was not confronting my accuser immediately, which is the mother-in-law. I should have just rode her right up into her grill and just, yeah, you think this is happening? Why did you sit there? Why did you sit there, Pat? You sat in your ass, you didn't get up. Yeah, right. You're going to see this horrible fire and I'm just going to sit here. I'm frozen. You're not frozen. She's never been frozen. That old lady was never frozen. Well, why'd you not dial 911? You could do that easily. Just dial 911 and they could find you. Well, I didn't want to be disruptive. Yeah, so now I'm living in a car down by the railroad tracks because you didn't want to disrupt anything. Your daughter's marriage was destroyed because you didn't want to disrupt anything. You caused your granddaughter to believe that she was the victim of some horrible crime when, I don't want to disturb anybody. That's bullshit. That's wrong. You're a liar. You're an absolute liar, Pat. Well, why did you not get up and just move a couple seats over if you thought this horrible disaster was happening? Well, I didn't want to disrupt anybody. All of a sudden now you're Miss Graciousness and kindness, but you're crying and screaming. And by the way, right after all this movie Wally happened, what did you do? Did you go to the hospital? Did you get help? No, you took your granddaughter to San Francisco to get glamour shots made. And you decided that, you just went on with your life like nothing happened. But you ruined our lives, and we went through hell. I'm still going through hell. HE double hockey sticks, as they say. And here I am. I'm in a van down by the railroad tracks, and it's 3:24 a.m. And there's my son Micah, by the way. He's a great guy. Robert Micah. He's a great guy. So, I'm down by the railroad tracks here, living in a van, and I'm not even in a van. I'm in a Volvo V70. You see how low this is? I make it look like it's the Taj Mahal. As my feet are way up here, and but really I'm just in a really and I can reach all the way back. I can't even reach the back. That's how wonderful it is. Here's more of my little my wonderful clamps. I've got small clamps, little small clamps. I've got big clamps, so I'm all set. And here's my shirt for the game. I gotta find my pants. They're back here in a bag. Got all these bags back here, so I gotta find my white shoes and my tan pants, and gotta find my white socks over here in the sock section. And I just heard from my brother Tom. God bless Tom. He's in the hospital. He wrote me this really cryptic message about can't make it in hospital. I'm glad he wrote me, because I would have been at his house, ready to go. So, but he'll be back. He'll be back. Well, listen, I love you. God bless you. Give me a call, 213-713-8954, 8954green, att.net. On the Twitter, Mr. Bob 895. And of course, you're watching Bob's Daily Devo, where I really am dedicated. I really am in love with Christ Jesus. And I really am pleading the blood of Christ over my life, because on Monday we're going to go sit with a mediator, which I've never done before, with this mediator. Not a medium, no. That's a different thing. And the mediator is going to write a statement for the court, and the court's going to say, okie dokie or thumbs down. Yeah, okay, you can't say thumbs down because there's no disagreement. From everything I've heard is that if my wife and I agree, then we're good. We'll see. But pray, just be praying, because I'd like to go home. I'd like to sleep in my wife's bed. I'd like to be able to be there for my baby in the night, and if she's crying, jump up and. One thing I want to tell my wife here is that it doesn't help when, this is good for wives or husbands, really. It's good for me too. If you're having an argument, don't just keep pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring. Don't add fuel to a fire. I mean, James, I used to say that to James. He was one of my students, so I taught at Pacoima. This genius guy, Christopher Herman, I think his name was, he said, it'd be really good for your career if you worked in a really hardcore school. So I threw myself into these horrible schools so I could have a better resume. And I mean, I was the whipping boy at these schools. Racism exists in our world, and I was the big white male oppressor. I was the big white man who oppressed all the black folks, and racism exists. I wore that MAGA hat. Where's my MAGA hat? Here it is. Let me put this on here for you. You wear that around black folks, and people just lose their minds. And even though we have Candace Owens, and we have the fact that President Donald Trump, he has lowered unemployment rates. He's raised wages. He's raised people up in so many ways. I mean, it's just incredible. But people just naturally think right off the bat, white man bad, black man oppressed. And then who's suppressing the black man? It's Mr. Bob. He's doing it. And no, I'm not oppressing any black people, But still, the opinion is that at first, so I would throw myself into these all black schools, and I'd be the only white guy, and just how's it going? I was just totally ignorant of any problems. Like, oh, hi everybody, And I don't have any racism at all. I would have married a black woman. I married a Latin woman from El Salvador. I mean, a Chinese woman. One of my best friends who's giving me the finger has married a Chinese woman, and she has issues. I mean, she has issues because she's like, well, I don't know, I wasn't there, I can't say, and she's like trying to adjudicate lies from 30 years ago. Like, I don't know, like, you can't just look at my life and just talk to me and just be a real person, just say, hey, let me talk to you. It's crazy. It's just absolutely crazy, and people think that, well, my best friend who I talked about, her husband is like, something's not right. This isn't normal. Something's not right. You got to get your life together. You got to get out of that van down by the railroad tracks. Well, when they got the children by the throat and they're going to take the children out, then, what you do is you do what you're told. Yes, sir, Commandant. Yes, sir, SS officer. Hit my head earlier. Hope I'm okay. It's over here. All right, so basically, nobody I deal with on my day-to-day basis, very few people know that I live in my car down by the railroad tracks. I'm not taking cocaine. I'm not smoking dope. I'm not vaping. Although I've seen a guy with marijuana and vaping, and one of my people I work for, he's a big drug guy, he's just all into, this is a $10,000, I don't know what it is, some kind of glass machine that, and he had a little cabriolet fire machine. He's firing up this stuff, and it vaporizes, and he takes it in, and I'm just like, oh my God. I mean, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I'm not looking for prostitutes, I'm not going to accept any prostitution requests, so don't write to me. That's how it's no more streetwalkers, now we just write to people. Dear John. Oh, God. Let me see, what's my mailbox? Dear John, I'm your local prostitute, would you come see me? I mean, nobody, no. It's funny, my wife says that I'm so innocent, I'm so pure that people are just like, I think that's true. I mean, I don't get the offers because I don't, people know I'm a man of God, and people know that it's not going to happen. I'm not doing that, and it's not that I'm not a man, it's not that I'm like looking around, ooh, baby, Sure, everybody has those thoughts, but you don't follow through on them. You might wish that you had that big house on the hill, but you don't run up there with a bat and, here's my house, That's the whole problem with the illegal aliens, is that, they just run into our country and, this is my country. No, it's not. Now, if I wanted to go to the top of the hill and knock on the door and say, howdy, I'm Bob. My family's here, and we'd like to move in here. Security, or they could say, hey, if you have, $14 million for the deposit, and you want to make monthly payments of $40,000 for the staff and for all that, then you can live here. Oh, okay, But that's not going to happen. So, we pay about $1,695 every month to live in Baldwin Park on a nice little private drive, and we have our own place, and we can fix it up and make it nice, and so. All right, well, I'm gonna run. I love you. I'm gonna get some sleep. I gotta be responsible. Gotta get some sleep. But I hope that this has been beneficial to you. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Pray God bless you. And all you people at church, it's insane. Some of my best friends I have are not from church now. Some of my best friends are from church, but people who at church, you realize they have friends from church, they give them the finger, and they're like, give them the big boot, and they're out and don't come back. No more. It's amazing. It's amazing how ridiculously cruel the church is. If they realize that Bob is living in a van down by the railroad tracks, and yet you can't come to service, you can't come and worship Christ, you can't exercise your gift of hospitality. We're gonna have to just get the out of here. Don't come back. Don't set foot on the property. And the guy who told me that from one of my favorite churches, he fell countless times into drug abuse, and he just he was arrested and in jail. And this is the guy that's telling me about how you gotta straighten out and fly right. I'm thinking, I have 0 arrests. Pardon me. Towels. Got lots of towels. They go up here. Blow my nose. So if I need a towel to blow my nose, I have them up here, right here. And I have a bag. I put all my clothing into a bag, and then I wash it. Okay, I'll get some sleep. I love you. Good night. I love you. God bless you. And if you see me on the street, I don't need your pity or your sorrow or your horror. Just know that you can make it. You can make it through. Whatever you're going through, you don't have to give up. You can keep going. And I pray that I can be home soon. I pray that I can hold my wife and children. And I love you. God bless you.